Love that. All right. Let's talk about our Therapeutic Thursday, because this was really interesting. And it's really interesting, too, because we've had Jen Fernjack on board. She's one of our authors that we've done a live Q&A with. And of course, my computer's on top of her book, and her book has a very long title. And so if I'm missing the rest of the words, it's greater than, what's the rest of the title? Josh, you know it offhand? Let's see.
The power and strength of emotional grit.
Yes, thank you. The power and strength of emotional grit. One of the things that she talks about in her speaking engagements as well as in the book is the power of music. And so what we did is we wanted to share with you an article that about how music is a proven tool for reducing stress, and that researchers at Stanford University have said that listening to music seems to be able to change brain functioning to the same extent as medication, which that just takes everything that Jen's saying even to a whole other level. And the article is in the link here, and then we were asking people to create a playlist. But one of the things that she talks about, isn't it amazing that you start thinking about songs? For me, and probably for you, it's some of the 70s rock songs like Brandy, or there's a bunch now, of course, because I can't think of it. But when you hear it, you're like, you can go right back to where you were when you were younger, or if you hear some of those great 80s songs like by Madonna or Cyndi Lauper or Duran Duran, you're like, I can remember what I was doing in high school, or where I was sitting, watching, waiting for MTV to show us the latest video. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what does music do for you?
It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. And even if I am having a bad day, I always turn something to enlighten me. Now, if, of course, like many of us, or some of us tend to get drunk, and then we put the little slow music, and we end up crying and looking ourselves in the mirror as we cry. It just depends the mood that you're in. It
You
could do
just
so
made
much
that up,
for
right?
you.
You don't know that firsthand.
What's that?
What you just described. That's not anything you would know firsthand. That's just a hypothetical.
Oh, yeah, I never do that. Never.
Right.
It depends, but music it can inspire you, and it depends just on your likes and dislikes. But it is so great. It's so great. I mean, I could be having a bad day and decide to take a ride, roll my window down, put my top down, and just blare the radio, and I'll be in a totally different mood.
Right.
How about
And
you?
and so when you talk about how it's been scientifically proven to work basically in the same way as medication, so that could lower your heart rate, in
Mm-hmm.
effect, lower your blood pressure. So I know when I go in and so I have to have an MRA. I don't have CT scans unless I'm in the emergency room, because even though a CT is 5 minutes, I have to have the 45-minute long test. And I don't mind it. I'm not um, claustrophobic at all. So that's what I get all the time, like twice a year. And they always ask me, what kind of music do you want? And I always say spa music, because it just relaxes me. It takes
Mm-hmm.
everything down. And I think that
Right.
now, after reading this article, I realize in taking everything down, um, you your heart rate is coming down. All of the chemicals that are going around, stress related, they're coming down. Everything's coming down. And what you'll see in this article actually goes over a playlist, like some songs that you could maybe benefit from listening to. And they have proven. You've heard of white noise, right?
Yes.
Okay, so have you heard of brown noise?
No.
Okay, you should Google brown noise. So white noise, obviously they play that a lot out of machines in therapy offices, or where the
Mm-hmm.
walls might be thin and they don't want you to be able to hear other outside noise. They also offer it sometimes in hotels, and it helps you sleep. It just kind of drowns out anything around you. It's like like staticky. Brown noise is a different tone altogether. And that helps certain people with different medical conditions have that same lowered stress effect. I just think because it's science based, I find it even more fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Just look up brown noise. There may even be another colored noise. I can't think, I don't want to say that it's blue or whatever, but I think there's a
Mhm.
third colored noise. It just runs on a different frequency.
That's something for me to do. I want to go back and Google that about
You
the
should.
noises and the color noises. It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with the noises we witnessed in the hallway in New York.
No.
Are you with me?
Yes. God, I love when you do that to me when I am uh, live. Thanks.
I love you.
I love
Um,
you too.
question right now. I don't know. I'm having a little bit of technical errors over here, Josh. I have no picture of Karen, no nothing on the backdrop. All I do is see myself.
And you are beautiful, and it's okay because we see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we see you.
So now that I can make faces at you and you don't even know, it's awesome.
Oh,
All right. That's your therapeutic Thursday. So just,
thank you.
check out the article, get some suggestions, leave us a note with songs that help you feel less stressed or help you through aortic disease. It would be interesting if you created your own, what is it, creating a Spotify list. I don't use Spotify, so I guess that's a thing. I know I
Uh-huh.
sound really technologically disabled, and I kind of sort of am, but like me, I'd be creating a playlist on a cassette tape. Okay. That's what I would be doing. You remember the days, sorry, when you would listen to the radio, you would just be waiting for your favorite song, and then you could hit record, the two buttons down, and you would just
That's
wait,
it.
right? And then it
Yeah.
would stop, you'd hit pause, and then you would wait, like your 104 radio station. Oh, here comes another song I like.
Mhm.
hmm Nobody understands the beauty of that, of tape, right? When you would rewind, and then all of a sudden the tape would fly out of the machine, and then you would have to furl it and curl it and all that good stuff. All right,
Mhm.
enough of that and dating ourselves.